time yet.
They said that.
I knew it. I knew it.
Everybody have fun.
I knew
There
it.
it is.
Everybody Wang Chung.
Alex almost got boys tonight. He was gonna look dumb tonight.
You mean his outfit was hella tight?
Hmm.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Laser Source podcast. This is episode 90.
Whoa.
Whoa, dude, 10 more episodes. We're going to be at 100. It's kind of wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
2 years if you don't miss a week. That's 2 years worth of weekly podcasts, which is pretty crazy. It's good to see you. What's up, everybody in chat? How's it going? I've been hanging out with you for a little bit. I'm on a boat. It's a great song. So we have a couple things that
already, dude.
we want to.
Wow, voice has audio.
I know, it's brutal. It's insane. Voice has a new computer. Matt has a new computer too.
Yeah.
Everybody has new computers.
Level up.
Let's see. Chloe Lind is 90. I'm about to listen to 70. Almost caught up. That's impressive.
Whoa.
That's a lot of episodes.
That's dedication.
That is long form.
I apologize.
I was gonna say when you finish, you can go listen to eStop, emergencystop.net.
That
Go
way,
check
whatever
that out.
brain cells you have left just get murdered.
Just flush them. Yeah, just
Don't start at episode 6.
Don't start at episode 6. Any other
Where's
episode
that
is
modem
fine.
blinking out sound?
The fact that you're taking the time to catch up through them tells me that you're getting value out of them, which means a lot to us. So
Kyle always coming in clutch at the end with like
All
the
sincere.
real sentiment. Yeah.
He's nice.
Everyone is in a different spot other than Alex, and no one has a name tonight. Yeah, I don't know where our names are.
Where are
That's
the
my
names?
bad.
I put
I put that away when I was
Voice.
recording earlier.
Dude, yeah, boy. All right. So listen,
that's your
guys,
voice.
check it out. We are here to talk about a new thing. Vince, shout out to Vince. Vince is a top fan. My stupid phone I need to throw across the room because it keeps making my audio pop. We are here to talk about a new thing. Shout out to Vince. I know Vince is super stoked because Vince loves when I change things. So we just finished setting up a brand new forum and wiki page, and we had just talked about them on the podcast like a week ago, maybe 2 tops a week. I think it might have been last week. And then I stumbled onto this piece of software for our new server where we're hosting the marketplace, and it blows everything else that we've used so far out of the water. And Kyle and I were just having a conversation about how of all of the things that we've ever tried to implement for Laser Everything, this is the most complete. It's basically done. There's a few small aesthetic things that need to be fixed here and there. There's a couple features we'd like the developers to add, but rather than needing a huge development cycle in order to get this where we want it to be, it's pretty much ready to rock and roll out of the box. And it runs on our own servers, so we don't have to rely on any third-party services to keep this running, or, there's nobody else that's in a higher administrative position that can just turn it off. And all of those things are really attractive to us as community organizers. And again, it works, which is awesome. It just kind of works. So without further ado, I'm really excited to welcome you guys to Laser Everything Link. It's the beta. I don't know if that name's going to stick. We'll see. But I like the logo. It's kind of sharp. Again, I may change this. I don't know. What is Link? It's kind of a knockoff Facebook with a bunch of extra features. And then that makes it really cool. And this is something that we can mold over time and turn it into whatever we want it to do. If you want to follow along with me, by the way, there is a link to sign up for Link down in the description. You can sign up right now. This is literally live right now. I posted about it yesterday on Facebook and on the LMA, and I warned people, like, this is not production ready. Don't sign up if you want a polished experience. And then I spent an hour with it, and I was like, oh my God, it's like done. So I'm encouraging you officially to go check it out. Even Kyle, I changed Kyle's mind because Kyle was like, we can't tell people about this until it's like thoroughly tested. You know, we don't want people using more like unfinished software. And then Kyle spent like 20 minutes with it, and Kyle was like, "This is impressive." So,
can I just say I was like, jump on board, like
yes.
everybody get in the boat. Let's go.
I think you were the second. I think you were the second member.
Yeah,
or the third. Yeah,
I was the only person awake at 2 a.m. when you sent it.
for sure. So, I'm going to sign up. If you want to follow along, feel free. Boyce, did you do it yet?
And where does audio go?
Boyce.
Come on, boy.
Come on, Boyce.
He muted himself.
Button.
Nope, just click the button.
Yourself.
I muted myself. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, why?
Jesus.
Did you sign up yet, Boyce?
There's background noise. Yes, I'm.
You're the only staff member who hasn't signed up. So
I'm working on it.
Okay, good. So I'm going to sign up. I'm going to sign up right now with you guys. I'm just in an incognito tab, but I need a user account anyway, so I can test things from the user end, because the admin end is a little bit different. So we're just going to go ahead and put in our name.
Full name, Tester Magoo.
Yep. And I'm going to put in a junker email address. Let me see. We can use the one from the marketplace, voyagergifts@gmail.com, and username and a password. Great. This gender thing is not going to be here very long, so I just click hide for now. It's weird. It's like the platform's kind of scaled for. Oh, great. I'm catching myself in my own trap. We have an anti-spam thing that says only one registration allowed per IP, which is good. That's a good thing.
The last thing we need is more bots, right?
Let me see. Maybe I can just VPN it, because I'd really like to do this fresh.
Miranda said he's not the only staff member without one. She doesn't have time to sign up for links. She has children, Boyce. What's your deal?
I have 4.
Yeah, that's fair. I was waiting for you to be like, I have 72.
Bypassing my own stuff. Let's see.
By the way, Willie had his last treatment today. Awesome, man. I'm sorry you're hurting, but I'm hoping it's glad to be done with all that stuff, buddy.
Wow, that's great.
Kyle, you look drunk.
Let's try that again. So we're going to hit sign up. Great. All right, cool. So we're in here now. So there's a few more things you can do. We have Google Maps API set up. It's working great. So we can type in our city here, and that'll help you. So many people have asked us, like, is there a function built in, especially on the LMA? And there's not on the LMA, and that's out of our control. But this is within our control to find other makers, laser engravers, like in my area that I can link up with. And that's kind of where
or people who have like a CNC or a welder or whatever.
Yeah, grab the name. So this will do that. It doesn't do it very well at the moment. It needs a little refining, but it will technically do it. We're going to also pick a specialty. So this will help you find people. This list is tentative and can certainly grow. So if you have suggestions, this was just stuff that I came up with off the top of my head a couple nights ago, and we can certainly add more. But for now, I'm just going to put Hustler. And if you have a Discord username, an LE form name, and wiki name, those aren't really applicable anymore because this is a single sign-on. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. And if you have a marketplace shop on the LE marketplace, you can put your shop URL in here and welcome yourself to the community. Yo, it's my member account, and we're going to add some terms of service. I didn't really bother to do this yet because beta, and there's no money being exchanged at the moment, so it doesn't really matter. So I've read them. Yes, so it was a very short read, and we'll hit sign up.
What's None?
None.
Yes.
Oh yeah, None. Yes, of course. For my profile picture, I made a very funny picture called the Chonka Lisa, which is my son Ollie, as the Mona Lisa. Let me get that up on screen. Oh yeah, for you. I did this quick Photoshop job. It came out pretty good. We got to get this squared up really quick
There it is.
so that it looks nice and pro on our page. That is pretty ideal right there. Oh yeah, we can just come here, square it up. Dope. Badass, actually. And we'll hit save
You
as
gotta
copy.
give him tattoos like he's Post Malone or something.
I was gonna say
Two.
Machiavelli's the prince over here.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. I don't have anything better to do. And we'll hit
As
open.
you talk about the fact you made a chunk of Lisa.
And here we are, guys. We're in linked right now. There's Chloe. What's up, Chloe? Bill Lee.
Hey.
Scroll down.
Gary. We got tons of people. Stuart, you guys are all signing up. That's great. I'm glad that you guys are here to check this out with me. This is the home page. I did a lot of work the first night that I was setting up the software to get it dark moded because this was very bright. And now it's only dark mode, which I am a fan of because it matches the aesthetic of Laser Everything everywhere else.
It's your emo soul.
You will notice kind of right off the bat, there is not a lot of Laser Everything branding here. And that's because not only are we planning in the near future to expand into a couple different channels and bring in more kind of maker stuff, but you know, we want our communities to reflect that too. And we want to attract people with other skills and talents so that we can network with those people. And that's kind of what this is based on. So it's right now it's just being served to the Laser Everything community, but we are building this new infrastructure with the marketplace, with Link, with all of our web services, with growth in mind. And we want to bring in larger the larger maker community into the fold, into what we're doing here with that classic Laser Everything thought process of free open information for everyone. We want to bring in people of all different professions into that fold. I guess I don't know if I'm saying that very well. Matt's looking away, which is usually a sign that he's bored by what I'm saying.
No, I was reading the chat, but I think what you're trying to say is, like, to me, what Alex and I were talking about earlier today at, like, I think it was lunchtime. We're like, he was eating something. I don't know. But the big thing to me is the fact that it's literally like we already have the LMA, which is like the laser maker community for fiber, especially, and for galvo machine people and the gantry users, obviously. But the fact that you could have welders who are on here, you could have people with CNCs, you could have people who have 3D printing near you, you could have people who have other lasers. Maybe you've got diodes and galvos, but you don't have like a cutting machine. So you're looking for somebody to cut you something. So it's the fact that the community can be expanded to house everything, you know? And the cool thing too is like the fact that there's forums there. I'm going to get ahead of myself, but the forums are super clean and nice and like chopped up. So there's all kinds of places for people to talk. It's pretty cool. So
I legit know like a real deal, like professional glass blower. I'm going to try and recruit like a son of a gun.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be awesome.
Sam's asking, any chance we'll get a 3-character username, because I'm getting a username from 4 to 18 characters only. I can probably change that, but I don't know where yet. I've not dug that deep into the code. But again, we have the source code for this, so I can do whatever I want. And that's kind of why we love this. So I will look into it, but if you can, I would just do like _Sam_, and then put your name, your full name, because we know we're not going to get a full name from you, Sam, but put your full name as Sam, and Sam is what's going to be displayed in most places. In a few places, the username is still displayed, but that's on the very top of my list for development, is to get it so that it's all just the full name across the board. So more of a Facebook-like experience rather than a forum-like experience as far as usernames are concerned. So eventually usernames are just going to not be seen at all. They'll just be unique identifiers for members, and the full name is what's going to be displayed to the public. So that would be my recommendation as far as that goes. I want to get into some of the features of this really quick because there's a lot here. So this is your homepage. It's just kind of like a Facebook feed. You guys have seen this. This is not what makes this software special, but it is a convincing clone. You have your little emojis here. You can pop up and click. You can leave comments. You can share outside of the network, which is really nice. And you can sort these with a few different functions here in order to see things across the site. This will probably switch to invite only by the end of the month while we kind of cruise control test things with a larger group of people. So if you want to invite people to the network, there is a simple form open to everybody for you to do that with. Recent images are going to show up in the images menu here. Members shows up here, and you can search for members in your city or just everybody of particular specialties. And as we add fields to the profiles, you'll be able to search for people in specific fields that are near to you, which is very cool. So since my admin profiles in Rochester, if I click in my city and I'm looking for designers and I hit search, once you add your city in, I don't know if this is working perfectly yet. We're gonna have to look a little closer at that. Once you add your city in, you should get a list of names. It's going to be very convenient. I think it's going to help a lot of people. So
try clicking all real quick. I want to see what it does.
Yeah. All search. Boom.
There you go.
So there's everybody that listed themselves as a designer, and you can see city names here, not state names though, which is kind of odd. So it's just city name, United States, and that's something that I'll have to make a note of too. You can follow and add people as friends, just like you can do on Facebook too. So if you just want to get alerted when they post something new, the follow button will do that for you. If you want to add them as a friend and be able to send them direct messages and maybe cooperate on a tighter level, you can do that as well. My ads, I don't know what this is going to be used for yet. I'm assuming at some point vendors will sign up and they'll probably want to pay for ads, and that'll help pay for the site. Specifically marketplace vendors. So you may see ads. I don't want just like random ads to like Ortur or like Thunder Laser up on our website. That would annoy me, but I would be okay with ads that link to the marketplace. So maybe if we have like some marketplace vendors that are interested in ad space, they may at some point be able to utilize this to get their products in front of people that aren't even on the marketplace but are participating in our communities. That would be something I would be interested in seeing in the future. It would help the people that you're working with and talking to every day, because a lot of just mom and pop shops and normal makers and creators, in fact, the majority of our vendors are those people. So that makes sense to me in my head. Do you guys have any input on that?
Well, I just think it'd be
good.
nice to know where you can have a source that's reliable. And if they're in your state too, like when you can search by location, like if you have somebody who's a half an hour away or 45 minutes away, you don't have to ship it. You can be like, hey, can I meet you? And like just buy stuff.
Like, hey, I got caught off guard by a big order and I need stuff like before tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can
Well,
you meet me before you close.
Yeah. And the other thing too, that you didn't really mention, you didn't go through all the different like professions that you can pick on.
Yeah.
But one of them was like a jeweler. I think it would be awesome. Like I'm lucky I have a really nice jeweler in my town who I've been able to go talk to about a couple things when I've been looking at, silver and working with that kind of stuff. But if you're in the middle of nowhere and you don't have a jeweler that you feel like you could trust, or you look on Amazon, good luck, because you just have to take their word for it and you don't even know who they are. Yep. So if you've got somebody here, like it's like Boyce, who is in Michigan and he does jewelry, like it'd be awesome to be able to buy some blanks from him or to buy something they've made. I don't know. I think that's really cool. And it'd just be nice to know that it's somebody from our group.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it.
I just want to answer this comment right here super quick. As an idea, you can create the mobile app too. Mobile app, the framework for this supports React Native. So mobile app would be very, very easy to publish. And that's something that we'll take a look at probably after the marketplace launches. That's consuming the vast majority of my time right now. Once that is running, we can swing back around and look at an app. Though for the time being, the mobile site on this is actually fairly responsive and good. So I would use that for now, obviously. Continuing on, we have more to show. We are not even a third of the way through the menu. Audio, anybody can do this. It's not just me. Anybody can do this. I did one as a test. It's called Uplink 001, and I went in my closet last night with my phone and I recorded an 8-minute mini podcast about why I made yet another website and like what just was going on in my head, because it was like a big blizzard in my head and I just wanted to get it out. So I uploaded some audio. You could do that too. I don't know what people are going to use this for. I don't know how it's going to be used. You guys are super creative. You may come up with your own maker pod. I don't know, like just, I would love to see this get utilized somewhere. I think that kind of stuff is really cool. If you do too, the audio section's there for you. Blogs are here. If you have something a little longer that you want to publish, like a guide on achieving a certain mark with a laser, or how to use a lathe to make wood rotary blanks or something, I don't know. This is here for you. Again, I did one as a test that teaches you how to clear your cache on Google Chrome, because that is something that you should be doing fairly regularly if you are participating in this beta. As we make aesthetic changes to this site, clearing your cache is going to be the fastest way to see them. So I just wrote up a short little guide on how to do that. Again, I'm really interested to see how you guys are going to utilize that. There are groups like Facebook. So you can make groups, and for literally whatever. I made 2 as a test. One of them is called the Lightburn user group, just because I couldn't think of anything else. And then the other one was called Link Trailblazers. So like, this is a group for people who want to help develop Link to be the best it can be, watch and participate, and integrating it into all of our resources and web services. It's just a group, guys. And you can easily join groups and kind of participate in the smaller self-contained ecosystems. There's a video section. This, like the images section, will show you the most recent videos. So if you just kind of want to watch some videos, the video section right there for you. There is an events thing that I have not clicked a single button in yet. So I'm not sure how well this works or what it does. That's something I'm looking forward to experimenting with. And there are pages. So I made a page for Laser Everything. This is the first time you're going to see the Laser Everything logo anywhere on this site. Anyone can make a page. So if you have a vendor shop, right, on the marketplace, make a page for it here. People can like pages and follow them just like they can on Facebook. So you can kind of build an audience here for your marketplace page. So if you are working on, blanks, and you're cutting blanks that you're going to sell on the marketplace, and you want to film a little like vlog style thing and throw it up on your page, that's what these are here for. It separates the creator from the vendor, and gives you a space to have a professional kind of entity, not just here, like in the normal community part of this, but also in the forums and the other kind of angles on this site that you're going to see in a few minutes here. So I think pages is really cool. I made one for Laser Everything. I will probably keep it regularly updated, but I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys use them. All too. Right. Voice, you look confused.
I got a quick question I wanted to throw in. I just didn't want to interrupt you while you're doing all this. Events page, is that where we could put like local meetups with members? You know what I mean? I think that'd be a good thing we could do, is organize meetups and stuff.
I think so. Yeah, that's what I'd really be really excited to see something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a chance to take a sip for a drink here. So we got 2 questions / comments that kind of already been talked about, but people may have shown up late, so I feel like it'd be good to talk about them again. So when creating a password and link, it doesn't allow for special characters. Why? Can that be changed? The answer is this is the beta. So basically, right now, the code for this is set to the way it is, and so we're in beta mode. But one of the things we talked about, I think it was about 18 minutes ago, like 5 minutes in, we were talking about how the fact that it's set up a specific way right now in the beta mode so that we can see how everything is working, how everything's going. But that's something that you can always change later. So basically, put in a simple password. There's nothing here that if your account did get hacked, there's no anything that's going to be harmful to you. There's no information for payments. There's no money. There's nothing that could really be detrimental to you. So anything to add to that, or pretty?
Yeah, absolutely. So that kind of feedback is actually really important. And that's why we're running a beta. It's cool that you're sharing it with us now. I appreciate it. But I'm going to forget in like 10 minutes.
I'll write it down.
What you want to do is you want to go to groups and join the Link Trailblazers group and leave that as feedback in there. and go to the forums, and down in web services, I'm actually going to add, I haven't done it yet, this is just a copy of the old forum. I'm going to add like a link forum here where we can like track bugs and feature requests and things like that too. So I would highly recommend that, because that'll probably be the easiest way to just look and see a list of things that people are asking.
Yeah, and like literally like a checklist, which is what I've got here.
It could be super simple or super complex. If you want to see it changed, let me know so that I can make that happen.
And then the other thing was from Vince, which I thought was a really cool one too, which is being able to select more than one profession or specialty. So if you're somebody who does do a couple of different maker spaces, absolutely be nice to be able to throw that in there so people know.
That's so easy that I can do that after the stream is over. That's actually extremely easy to me.
See, that's why we love the fact that you guys are jumping in on it, because
we can definitely do 2 or even 3. So
absolutely. 4 is too much.
Well, I only get so many without editing hard code. So I can do 2 or 3 tonight, and we can look at expanding that even further if needed down the road.
Like the holy hand grenade.
Are we good to continue?
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on. So we did pages, questions, guys. It's just questions. This is probably one of the best ways to get questions answered, because it tracks whether or not questions have received an answer. People can follow the questions, and you can tag them with hashtags that show up on the main page, and I'll show you those later. But I just had a question here about assembling my first laser. I don't know which way to put the tower on. I think it might be upside down. And Michael Dias said, send it to my house and I'll send you a video of how I put it together. Super helpful comment. But
what a great guy.
It was Andrew who actually left the final answer, who said neither. They go side to side. I said, thanks. That was the answer that I needed. And I upvoted his answer because that one is obviously the best. So it'll actually score answers. So best answers should run to the top. Reddit, or like what's the
even the Microsoft support site has that kind of ranking system too.
Yeah, ranking system.
Stack Exchange.
Yeah.
Stack Exchange style. So that's super awesome.
Can I just say that I really like that the sense of community that we're building here, where people are willing to give the correct answers like that just immediately with no expectation of help, or just it's all from their heart.
Yeah. And we can also sort by unanswered. So if people aren't getting help, we'll see those questions, which is super cool. And you'll see top experts. So as people are answering questions in different fields, they will show up here. So you'll actually get some recognition on the site as well for answering questions. But this is super cool. I will show you guys how these hashtags work in a few minutes. Moving on, jobs. This was one of the things where it's like you could turn it on in the framework or just leave it off. And I turned it on because I was just curious about what you guys would do with it. One of you guys, staff, mentioned earlier, hey, could you take care of this job for me? Or like, I need someone who can do this or that, or I have this customer do whatever. So maybe instead of like a job, like, hey, I need a receptionist, maybe this will be used as like hey, I have an order for this and I need someone to do 1,000 of them because I can only get 1,000 done or something. I don't know. Yeah. So I turned it on because that's what the beta is for. I said, screw it. Let's turn it on. Let's see what people do with it. It's here. I haven't clicked a single thing in it yet. So that's something that we will get to experiment with together. Polls are here on a boring day. What's your favorite go-to machine? They're very basic polls. I know that these poll bars are hideous. I'm working on the CSS. We will clean this up for sure. The right answer is obviously UV, so we can go ahead and vote on that and leave a comment. UV all day. Hey, look, there's Sam. What's up, Sam? And we'll send. So very basic, but all of the polls in one nice little spot. If you want to ask a poll, boom, you can do it. Classifieds. This solves a huge problem for me. A lot of people have asked, are we going to be able to sell used equipment on the LE marketplace? The answer is now no. Link is the right place to do that. If you're looking to offload used equipment, you want to sell those to the community, we now have a classified section. It works just like Craigslist. It's very, very straightforward. And so, yeah, there it is. Not even Craigslist. It's more like Facebook Marketplace style. I had a couple test ones up that didn't look very good, so I took them back down, but it's here. So if you're trying to offload anything, there's a place to do it. I know even in the past, people have mentioned that they may want to like sign up for a vendor account on the LE Marketplace and sell like, extra tumblers. Like they tried out some tumblers and they didn't work out. You could still do that. We would probably allow that, but I would argue that this is the better place to do that. So it's here. Enjoy. One of the many reasons why I love this. Forums, again, these icons, hideous. They make me want to vomit. I hate them, but they will be swapped out. The forum itself works very, very well. These are all the basic forums from the old forum, the old new forum, and the old forum, condensed a little bit, and they'll probably be condensed a little further to make room for other kind of like maker things. There are a ton of little tiny features that are missing from this that I'm going to sick the developers on. For example, I cannot collapse these. I would really like these to be collapsible, just so I don't have to look at these every single time that I'm coming in. If all I care about is CNC machining and I have to look through lasers every time that I visit the forum, that's annoying. So we are going to tackle that. I promise those things will be dealt with shortly. But as far as just using this, posting threads and things like that, timestamps, users, all of that stuff is working fabulously, and it's built into Link. And same goes for the wiki. The wiki is working. It's very, very easy to create a new page. There is hot links, so you can link from page to page, just like on the other one that we were taking a look at. There are version histories, so if somebody makes a change, you can go back in time and look at what the changes were and help build articles that will help people learn more about laser engraving. I've always wanted to do a wiki. The Doku wiki was a good first step, but I think that this is a better implementation because, again, it's built into this community already. And that's one of the things that we were really excited about this software, because it took pretty much everything we wanted to do and made it a single sign-on experience. I don't want people to have 30 Laser Everything accounts. I don't want that. You guys don't want that. The staff certainly doesn't want that. 5-6 accounts per member across all of our different platforms and services sucks. So this, you sign in one time, you get access to everything. You can immediately start editing everything and interacting with everyone. That's what we've always wanted. And this website delivers on that, which is great. Lastly, there's a link directory. Again, I was just testing this out, but I added the Laser Everything category and I added a link to our Facebook page. And that's literally it. But it's just a hierarchy of links. We can all add to this and work on this together. Anyone can add, as you can see, add listing. I'm just in a normal member account right now. Anybody can add to this. So over time, we can build an organized directory of links to external sites, suppliers, services, resources, information, and just like have a library of external links that we built together. And I think that's super awesome. So that was really cool. I couldn't wait to turn that on. Last but not least, we've got the home page here. I just wanted to point out, here are those hashtags again. So anytime anything anywhere in the site is marked with a hashtag, it will show up down here in trending, depending on how many hashtags it's using. So it's kind of stealing. We're stealing a little bit from Reddit. We're stealing a little bit from Twitter. We're stealing a little bit from Facebook, kind of mashing them all together. That makes it really intuitive and super cool to use. So if I'm looking for something that has to do with Laser Everything, I can tap Laser Everything, and it's going to return all of the results that have that hashtag, which is really cool. So I just wanted to throw that out there too. And I think that is the long and short of it. As you have this little clear cuts thing, down here. So as you join groups or pages or create groups or pages, those can be added or removed from your shortcuts very easily. You can DM your friends. So I don't have any friends because I just made this account, and who would want to be my friend with that profile picture? But there is a Facebook style chat bar down here. So you can open up a chat. The chat is hideous. It's probably the worst CSS on the site right now because it's the thing I've spent the least amount of time on. And there are no audio alerts, both of which I already have tickets for. So I'm working on that. You also get live notifications up here. Boyce mentioned me 20 minutes ago. So if I don't reload the site and I just sit here and Boyce mentions me again, a little red one will pop back up without me having to reload it. So they do come in real time, which is super nice. And some basic profile stuff here so you can view or edit or log out. And you do get a cover photo. You get your beautiful profile picture there and a wall with all of your different activities and things like that. There's a badge system, so it fills up with stars as you get points. We're working on all that kind of stuff. That, I think, is everything. Oh, and there's a search. There's a search bar because it's a website. Why wouldn't there be a search? But that's it. I think that's it. So I've been just dying to tell you guys about this for like 72 hours because I just am like explosively excited about it. And now I will turn it over to the staff if we have questions or you guys have comments because I've been talking nonstop for 40 minutes.
My limited experience with it has been less than what you described, but I've been very happy with the site so far. And the fact that we have a platform that doesn't sell user data is fantastic.
Right. Well, and the fact that the fact that like you're in control of it, like it's not a place that's renting you space. There's no terms and conditions that we have to agree to that then you have to agree to. It's just here it is. Yeah, which is cool. A couple of things, unless Boyce, you got something you want to chime in, bud?
Nope, I just signed up. I don't know nothing. I'm learning.
Did I just look pretty? So the other thing, two things that people said. Oh, super.
To be fair.
Sam had said, I'd love to see this eventually replace Mighty Networks, which is kind of like
me too.
Yeah, that's what Alex is saying is like, and it's not going to happen anytime like right away, but at the same time with functionality and with getting everything honed in, I think that'd be really awesome to see. Because like you said, right now there's the marketplace, there's the forums, there's the Facebook group, there's Discord, so if you do have different passwords and you do have all that stuff and different usernames, and it's a lot, man.
Yeah, but the beautiful thing is like how long have
now we'll put it here.
How long have people been asking us, can we get PayPal checkout on the LMA?
It's true.
And we've been like, sorry, we can't do anything about that.
Because
we literally cannot do anything about it. This, if somebody was like, hey, I want to pay with PayPal, we could have it turned on in 2 weeks tops.
Right.
You know, like we can do something about that kind of stuff.
That you can actually modify the code here.
Yeah, that kind of power to be in control of our own software and our own community.
Well, and that's what's nice.
Unparalleled advantages.
When the community gives you feedback, we would love to have this, and it's an overwhelming majority, and you can't. That sucks. But then now you can.
Yeah.
Gar Hendry said, with classifieds, will you be able to search by state? So we don't have any classifieds to search. But I mean,
I haven't tried yet, but that is a great suggestion that should go in the Trailblazers group on here or the forum that I haven't made yet for the link website. So please make sure that makes it somewhere as an official suggestion, because that would be a great suggestion for sure.
See, all you high-tech people, just a little paper and pencil, my friend. The next question was from Vince. Why my forums gray with white writing, not dark mode?
Gray with white writing? I mean, that's pretty dark, bro. Mine's gray with white.
And maybe can you click inside of forums, like where it says getting started with link?
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah,
it uses the same table, so it's pretty dark mode. I would argue that's dark mode. It's not dark enough. It's not dark enough for Vince. Vince is like, I need black text
Vince-
on black background.
If you didn't know, Vince is Batman.
Oh yeah, I'm
Three
Batman.
I want to know why my forums are gray with white writing.
I was born in the dark.
Oh no, his is not light gray. He said nope, light gray with white, not dark at all.
Not dark at all.
Check your settings and your.
That's a
Maybe
bummer.
it's maybe
Clear
that's a
your
Google
cache.
Chrome thing.
Yeah, clear your cache. Try an incognito mode. Make
I
sure
have-
that it's not some kind of plugin or something.
I was with you. I really thought he was saying like I want it to be black on black.
Yeah, black on black on black.
Yeah.
Like My Chemical Romance black.
I want it to be
Black
My-
Parade.
my soul blackness.
Yeah. For sure.
All right, what do we got? Willie said this would
Semi-gloss
be a-
gray on matte black, please.
There you go. Willie said this would be a great place for a safe section for created graphics and files that would be harder to be filtered by other places. That's true, maybe. Talking about like the coins that may or may not have different things on them. We'll call it Schmintendo. Just there you go.
I'm not allowed to talk. I can't.
Yeah.
Say anything.
Yeah, he can't say anything. But maybe. Okay, here's one. Cubing says, anyone got an idea on what camera I should use for recording my engravings? My phone ran out of storage. Mine just ran out of storage yesterday when I was filming my new series that I'm working on.
Back up your phone to like.
Oh, I did.
Google
And then I also,
Photos.
well, I had like 4 hours worth of videos of like this stuff. Stupid job. So,
Check out
anyways,
the
cameras.
my recent camera recommendation, and there's a link to this on the buying guide if you want to support the channel, is the Sony ZV-1F, which is basically the same exact camera as the Sony ZV-1, but like $300 cheaper and newer. It's a point and shoot. It's got a built-in lens. You don't have to worry about interchangeable lenses. It's mirrorless. Comes with a great mic. It's a super wide field of view. It's designed to be like a vlogging camera, so you can talk to it while holding it in your hand. So that would be my recommendation. I would go check that out.
Yep. He was saying if you got a link for it, we can
Good
get one
sensor.
for you.
I do. It's a buyingguide.laserrating.net.
There you go.
Yep. We have a link to it.
We should have a panel just for that right there, just a buying guide link on that homepage
Oh, yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, well, we have one for the marketplace. I added this morning,
Okay.
and I can certainly add one for the buying guide later
Yeah,
too.
that'd be easy.
The buying guide should be at the bottom of the description, like underneath the description in the video here today.
Yeah, one of the other tickets that
Every
I
video.
have in is to make this menu, the rainbow menu here, collapsible too. So
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
yeah, so it'll be like the main menu, and then that'll collapse, and then your shortcuts, and those will collapse. And then I think I'll probably have like a list of auxiliary links, and then that'll collapse. So you'll actually have 3 expandable menus. But that needs to be designed. I haven't done that yet. So
Got 2 more things.
Okay.
Willie clarified. He said nope, he meant like for a listing on like protecting your photos. So like, hey, I just made this really cool thing. And then that way, like a month from now, you don't see it on 20 different Etsy stores.
True.
Because, you know, so basically if you were developing something and you just wanted a place to be like, yo, check out this cool thing I made. It's like a safe space for makers here.
it'll be good. It won't be perfect, especially as it grows, but it'll, you know, it's better than just throwing it up on Etsy, I guess, in that regard. So
Yeah, and then Tim asked a question, and Tim, you did miss it, but I think you logged in a little bit after because I remember you saying like, "Hey, from the parking lot of the bunk of your trunk." So he said, "If this has been mentioned before, sorry for asking again. I noticed that member location shows city and country, but not state.
yeah, annoying. I don't like it,
Why is that, or what are you planning to do?"
but we're getting it fixed.
There you go.
Yep.
Let's see.
You wrote that? Did you write that one with pen and paper?
Yep.
No,
Okay.
pencil and paper, old school.
Thank
Oh,
you for
nerd.
paying attention, boys. I appreciate it. Gold star,
Gold star.
Alex Demerit.
Whatever.
Again.
They're like Hufflepuff minus 50 points. You're now at negative 7,000
You
points.
absolutely would be a Hufflepuff.
And everybody's like, meh.
fucking
Story of my life.
Hufflepuffs.
Yeah.
All right.
dude.
So Beam It Up said, "Does the F need a capture card to stream with?" Talking about the
The camera.
the camera.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Just Sony.
Nope. I'm pretty sure that's plug and play USB. Double check the listing, but I'm 99% sure. Sony's been on the USB like webcam train for a very long time.
All right.
Other question: what's a Hufflepuff?
Boys. Oh God. All right. Have you guys tested with any 3D UV lasers?
No.
No.
I've barely touched 3D fiber lasers. 3D is not my jam. We need to get a 3D laser at some point. They all work so differently. I could spend a year learning like one. It really comes down to the Galvohead brand. It's kind of what I've learned. So
And the software attached to it.
and the software attached to it. It's very like software and hardware brand specific. It adds like another proprietary layer on top of the controller that we're used to with EasyCAD. It like doubles that complication. So I just haven't felt the desire to tackle that on the channel yet. That doesn't mean it's off the table forever. We certainly get a lot of requests to talk about that kind of stuff. But we're still working on like our crash courses. Kyle literally wrote the script for a gantry CO2 laser crash course episode today. Two more scripts for that series. So we're still kind of working our way through the basics for people who are new. I want to get into that stuff. At some point, I'll want to just do it to scratch the itch for my own personal sake. And probably when we get to that point.
When you don't have 100 fires you're putting out.
Yeah, also when we're not building a marketplace and like a giant maker, global maker community, we will certainly do that. Or Boyce will get one and he'll just do it without telling anybody and it'll just show up on the channel one day.
I'm definitely UV laser something.
I can already see the first live with it. He'll be like,
yeah.
And it's just gonna be a lot. And then, I had
like
to.
3 hours.
I had to.
3 hours.
And at the very end, they'll be like, and that's everything, guys. That's if you can do what I just said, you've learned 3D galv lasers.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Chloe says, I'm only on episode 70, but did y'all talk about the Ogu Fecta diode yet? I always say that word wrong every time.
You gotta be really careful with that one.
I have looked into it. I've gotten a lot of questions about it. We've not had our hands on it at all. But one of the biggest things that have come up from people who have asked me about it was, can I use this inside without having to filter outside? Or can I do it without an exhaust? Because it has like this little box on top, this little box filter. It's like a 3x3 or 2x2 little cotton filter
filtration system.
I would not trust that if you're doing any hardcore engraving or cutting. Even just organics like wood with no coatings on it, I wouldn't rely on that too heavily because you can still mess your lungs up pretty good. It's not if it's not getting everything out, you're venting into a room that you're closed off in. It's not a good idea. So if you're going to do a setup with that, I would encourage you to buy an enclosure for it and vent the enclosure.
Yeah, and I was going to say the worst part about that is you don't even know that you've got a problem until you have the problem. When you're breathing all that stuff in, you're just kind of like doop, 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 and then you start to feel lightheaded. You start to get burning eyes. You start to get like itching on your skin, like you're like, it's bad.
And a lot of the side effects that you get from that aren't good. So ventilation and enclosure. There's testing the Facebook group and it's trash.
Oh my god!
Yep,
look,
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, that's totally messed up.
That was going to be one of the things I told you about was Vince.
Yeah, he actually posted the screenshot.
Yeah. Aside from that, I've heard mixed reviews about the mobile app that you can use it with. So it's kind of cool in the sense that you can mess with it with just your phone and that you don't necessarily need a computer. So if you're on the go, that's kind of cool. I don't know really much anything else about it because I haven't had my hands on it. But
we've been talking about that since Christmas. I remember when people started talking about that, saying like, "Oh, I saw this on
because of the Kickstarter." Yeah,
Kickstarter. Yep.
Sorry, that's all I got.
I got a couple here. So stoked how many of you guys just signed up in like the last 15 minutes. A shit ton of people.
How many members are in there now? Is it like a?
I don't know. That's on my list of things.
Yeah, like a tally.
Developed. It does not tell you. It doesn't tell you right now. So we need like a little counter somewhere. But I will count while Matt answers this question.
All right. So Phil says, "Is there a new set of links for the Mactron picks on the buying guide? AliExpress says no longer available. We literally just checked all the live links like a week ago too.
I would wait for
working.
the marketplace to open unless you're like desperate. We're so close, and you'll be able to just get it from the marketplace instead of AliExpress, and I feel like that.
And you can do all of those really cool things like compare them to the other ones.
I just checked them. They are available, so you might need to clear your cache.
Nice.
Maybe.
If we've learned anything today, it's that everybody needs to clear their cache all the time.
By the way, how do I find out how to clear my cache? I wish there was some kind of like blog about it. Oh, wait. On link, there's a blog link. So another one. I ordered Effecta since the Kickstarter promotion. The price was around half of others. So that's cool. Should get here in a few days.
50.
Ooh, look at it go.
55.
Oh, Laura said, how about an answer to the extension cord question? Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, so can I...
You with the context, go.
Thank you. All right, so I was going to say, so earlier today, Laura messaged me on Facebook and said, hey, can you plug in your laser using an extension cord? And immediately these two guys were like, I don't know about that. That's kind of a iffy scenario. It kind of depends on each person. Yeah. And I said, yep, that's exactly what we talked about. I said, it's definitely one of those like maker's choice kind of thing. However, my machine for the past 3 years has been plugged in with an industrial 10-3 gauge extension cord, which basically means it's 10 gauge wire, and there's 3 of them for the receptacle. Like, so there's 3 groupings of 10 gauge wire. So it's very strong industrial grade. It's literally like having the socket not inside the wall, right? So it's an extension of the socket. So I was talking about it with Kyle and Alex, and Boyce jumped in at the end there. And we were kind of looking at links. So that's where Kyle's going to explain to you, if you do decide to do something like this, what's the best way and why.
Yeah. So basically, if you're going to plug in any kind of equipment into a wall through an extension wire, you need to be concerned about the gauge of the wire and how many amps you're pulling through it. And especially when you're talking about this kind of equipment where the power supplies are stepping down everything's, like the laser tube power supply is, you're working with like 10,000 volts. So I would protect that wire, because if you're stepping across it, if you're doing anything with it, if it gets kinked and the copper inside gets, cracked and starts creating heat, you can end up with a fire. So extension wires are ideally not something you want to rely on, but if you have to use them, you want to get a good heavy gauge wire. So like, it's just like earrings. The smaller the gauge, the bigger the wire. So 12 gauge is kind of where I start with like utility, heavy duty extension cords. So I will share my screen actually.
Use the rule of thumb. If it's thicker than your thumb, you're okay.
Use the force.
I don't think that would be okay. I don't understand what's going on. Like, can you call your manufacturer and talk about the amount of midi-chlorians?
Yes.
I'll use some 10-3 midi-chlorian stuff. I don't know what's going on.
Oh dear.
That's weird.
Yeah.
What?
It did that to me when we first started the podcast, and I just waited, and then it did it. I just left it up and waited a long time.
Did it. There it is.
Oh, well, we're waiting. So I start with 12 gauge and go down from there. 10 gauge is obviously heavier than 12. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So 12 gauge, here's a 25-foot one. Here's a 50-foot one.
It's a thick boy.
It is thickums wire.
It's thick like Oliver.
Yeah, it's also got the indicator, power light indicator. So this is kind of nice. So if you're all of a sudden your machine stops working, but this light is still on, you're getting power kind of thing. So just something nice to have. And then another factor too. Oh, okay, that broke.
Chloe wants to know if Matt needs an extension on his midichlorian warranty.
Do I need an extension on my metachlorine warranty? I'll come up with something clever for that in a minute.
Okay.
Here we go.
This is another safety thing too. So if you are using something like extension wires to get your machine on like a dedicated outlet, so it's on its own circuit kind of thing.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be a tripping hazard, and you obviously don't want to roll it over with anything. So putting it inside of one of these wire channels that's designed where you can drive over it with a car. These are also used for like shop floors if you're rolling carts around, stuff like that. These are very good for protecting. So this is like a multi-pack. Each of these is like 40 inches long. So 40 inches times 4. So it's, like, I don't know, what is that, 14 feet of protection. So if you're running it along your entire shop, that, depending on how big your shop is, I guess. So, but yeah, so I'll drop links to these in chat if you need them. This would be like a good starting point.
I'd say we'll probably put those on the buying guide too.
Now that you've,
we could throw them on the buying guide too.
And the buying guide. Yep.
Description, whatever. But if you're looking local, 12 gauge should be your starting point, and you want to make sure it has the grounding, the third plug or third pin on it. And 10 gauge is thicker, which is better. It's going to be more expensive. If you start seeing 12 gauge and 10 gauge wires that are cheaper than this, that's when it starts getting sus, because that means they're probably cheaping out on the materials inside the actual wire or the protective layers on the outside and the insulation.
And
what does Wonka say? Like candy is sweet, but liquor is quicker, or something like that.
Yeah, candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker.
Candy is dander, but I was like,
candy is dander.
I was like, candy is dandy, but 10 gauge is thicker.
Yeah,
it's like idiot, stupid.
So
inside the mind of
what's going on with this guy?
I don't know.
By the way, I came up with
Kyle.
my answer to you, Chloe.
Nice.
I would come up with something clever, but I wouldn't want to force it. Yeah, get it? Fuck you guys.
So 12 gauge is kind of where you want to be at for like 15 amp, 1900 watts.
Yeah,
and thereabouts. Which for most residential house plugs, that's usually what your circuit is rated for. I can't blanket statement that because everybody's setup is different, but if you get like a dedicated circuit for your shop, that you're probably running a 15 or a 20 amp.
Looking at you, Matt.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to look at me. So literally what's going on is to go back to what Kyle was saying too. The reason I bought that for my machine, I've got a 150 watt laser, as you guys know. But the thing is, an electrician literally said those are what are used on industrial job sites. So they're made to work with machines that have really high amperage startups like saws and table saws, buzz saws, concrete mixers that stop and start and need like big jolts of electricity. So they're actually made for that kind of equipment. So for us to run a 20 amp to that makes everything okay, right? So depending on what you're looking for, 15 or 20, it keeps you in a pretty safe spot. So that's according to the electrician. Anywho, the other thing is, when is the next video on the Com Marker series? Kyle and I are working on that, unless you want just me. I like talking with Kyle, though. I feel like it's maybe more fun. I talk with Alex, but he started talking about Willy Wonka.
So much to do. I mean, like, I know you're not going back to school now.
Yeah.
But I feel like you have a lot to do before the market season is over.
Yeah, I do. And the thing is, we were literally just talking about fall. And if you didn't notice, guys, Starbucks announced that it's going to be bringing back pumpkin spice. I'm like, apple spice. So they're going to be bringing back pumpkin spice in a couple of weeks. And my first thought was, yeah, it's definitely fall, because today it was 86 as the low and 97 is the high. So definitely need pumpkin spice in our lives. But the good news is we've got a bunch of links for you guys, because the next video in the series is going to be developing what to take with you to the market, right? So literally what's going to be our 3 to 6 items that we're going to buy to take with us that are going to be easy to put into a box, take with us quickly. Because I'm doing this basically one man. Like my wife has no interest in helping me whatsoever with this. Like I know. Well, yeah, that's what she said. She's like, I'll do the kids. You do whatever you're doing. And I'm like, okay. And that's always how it's been. So
roll auto segue for you. Roll right into a little plug for your most recent episode because we're running out of time.
Okay. So basically that's what's going on with that. The episode that just came out, in case you missed it, was Plastic Payday, which is doing pretty well. It seems to be like people have a lot of questions. There's a lot of engagement. If you haven't gone to take a look at it yet, definitely go take a look. I actually have another job using plastic substrate in my living room right now, waiting to come out here. And it's a $2,000 job. So basically Plastic Payday teaches you how to find the material, help you talk about learning maybe where to go get some of the jobs, pricing, and also how to create the items using plastic substrates. And for anybody who's watching right now, if you did buy some plastic or if you've been thinking about it, right now I just sold about 20 name tags for book bags, and they're $5 a piece. So you buy an $11 or $12 piece of like the dual layer plastic, and you'll make $100 off of that $11. So literally, it's take your money and 10 times it was what Alex came up with to add to the title. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's about right. Usually with the substrate,
you actually made more than that, but
yeah, it was a $525 thing, and it was $120 worth of. Actually, it was probably like $85 worth of material. So it was about $500 payday. So just saying.
Yep.
Oh, and Frank Taylor talked about the plywood supplier in Florida.
Tomorrow, just kind of some housekeeping. Tomorrow, a new episode of the Laser Source podcast goes up. So make sure you listen to that. Thursday, you guys are getting a very awesome episode that Kyle and I actually recorded almost a year ago, where we just kind of sat kitty corner and messed with our UVs and tried to figure them out. So if you're interested in the thought process behind how to find settings for your UV laser, that will be an excellent episode for you to check out. It's literally just a live stream that we did, cut down to include the important bits. Jessica did a great job on it. So make sure you watch that on Thursday. And then on Friday, Lasered episode number 3 is dropping. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but Michael has been well underway at work on completing that series for us. Episode 4 is actually already edited as well, so that'll be dropping shortly after.
What did you guys laser in 3?
3 was the Samsung Galaxy S22. Yep. So nice. If you like lasered,
that weird like glass ceramic back thing going on.
Yep.
It was weird.
Yep. It's very weird. It was it marked like nice the whole time, but never excellent. It was never like amazing. It's a good watch. So if you like lasered, if you're interested in that, that'll be dropping this week as well. So we got lots of content scheduled. It's already uploaded to YouTube. Just waiting to go for you this week and next week. I'll let you guys know what's coming next week when we get there. One last time, if you haven't already checked out link, go check that out with the link down in the description. It doesn't cost anything to sign up. It's free, and it's kind of our all-in-one thing that we're shooting for here. I've already blabbed on enough about that, but I'm very excited about it, and I'm stoked that there are so many of you guys right now. There have been at least a dozen more signups since the last time I counted. So over 60 people in one stream. It's not bad. I'm gonna have to plug this every week from now on. Also, I was sneaky and I auto forwarded the forum.lasereverything.net and wiki.lasereverything.net to the link sign up page.
Nice.
So, yeah, because that's where they are. That's where they are now. So go check it out. I'll see you guys on there. I'm going to be on there all night messing with stuff and hanging out. So looking forward to chatting with you. You guys got any other housekeeping before we close up shop for the night?
Nope.
No? New episode of Emergency Stop just dropped. It is called 16 Bee Sting. Bee Sting 16. Scratch that. Reverse it. There's more Willy Wonka for you.
Put your bang down, flip it, and reverse it.
Go listen to that. It's a funny episode. Matt gets really passionate about throwing teenagers baby showers.
That one episode. I forgot.
Yeah. It's a great episode. It's a very, very good episode. So that just went up a couple days ago. So go check that out too.
Oh God.
I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for continuing to support the staff, Laser Everything, and me, especially while I just do whatever the fuck comes into my head whenever the fuck I feel like it. Because that's definitely what this is. And I think this is it. I really, really like it. And I can see the potential here for us to grow with this over time rather than like hitting a bottleneck. So I'm stoked about it. Yes, man.
I would like to have you put that on a business card.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. We appreciate it. If you got value out of it, don't forget to smash the like button. Let everybody else know the content is good. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get notified the next time we go live. If you really, really liked it, go sign up for the Laser Master Academy. It's the #1 way to support the channel. You can find out more about that over at masters.lasereverything.net. Remember, we've got free laser setting libraries on our website now, so make sure you go check those out. We have Laser Everything LMA events coming up. We just published the calendar for that. There's no link to it on the website yet, but it's technically online. The link will be up on the website really, really soon, where we're going to be doing like Google Meet style hangouts with LMA members, which is really cool. Did I get you to commit, boys?
You did.
I did. It was easy. Yep. I think I just said you're doing this, and he was like, great. So
do a little business with body.
That's it. Just all the things. We're doing so much right now. Watch for marketplace updates if you're interested in that too. Go buy some merch. lasereverything.net/merch. Probably one of the only URLs that hasn't changed in the last 12 months. That's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.